Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Some of you may be thinking, what happened to them? Where did they go? We haven't seen them in a long time.
And some may not.
And some may not. Some might be like, what is he talking about? So, yeah, apologies, humble apologies that we missed, three Bhagavatam Bites sessions. It's been very busy. We were traveling with a group of devotees. Then we had this Matchless Gifts reopening, which we can't wait to do a reading in Matchless Gifts. That's probably not going to be till next week. Tomorrow we have the Kirtan in Tompkins Square Park. Yesterday we had the grand opening after the renovation of Matchless Gifts. You should check the video out. It was an amazing historical event, and I just feel so grateful and so honored to have been part of that. Meanwhile, we haven't really been able to squeeze in Bhagavatam Bites in a while, so now we are. So nice to be with all of you again. Anything you'd like to say?
Do you want to say anything where we are?
I thought I'd leave that to you.
Okay. Canto 4.
Not hit there. So we're sitting. Lord have mercy. So we're sitting. I guess this is courtyard or courtyard.
The courtyard
Of the apartment building. Actually, probably our apartment is right there where my finger is. Yeah, that one down there.
No, it's not up. It's up. It's above the tree.
Yeah, so it's this one here. So, we're down here, and that is the church, the Catholic Church there. St. John the Baptist Catholic Church. Amazing, beautiful. I mean, just sitting here, I feel like I must be in Italy or Spain or somewhere. And it is the equivalent, it is 32 degrees today. So, and for those of you who are in America, it's about 80 something, 85.
It's horrible.
It's lovely, I'm loving it.
Alright, Canto 4, Chapter 24, Text 73.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
There's this indoor cat, they don't let it out because it's an indoor cat.
Indoors.
And it's looking out the window and it's like, just staring at us out the window. It's kind of sad, isn't it? Because it's looking out and he wants to come out, but it can't. And then we're outside, so it's a bit sad, isn't it? But text 73. When all the Prajapatis were ordered to create by Lord Brahma, we chanted these prayers in praise of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and became completely free from all ignorance. Thus, we were able to create different types of living entities. In this verse, we can understand that the various types of living entities were created simultaneously at the very beginning of the creation. The nonsensical Darwinian theory of evolution is not applicable here. It is not that intelligent human beings did not exist millions of years ago. On the contrary, it is understood that the most intelligent creature, Lord Brahma, was first created. Then Lord Brahma created other saintly sages like Marichi, Brigu, Atreya, Vashishta, and Lord Shiva. They in turn created different types of bodies according to karma. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Kapila Dev told his mother that the living entity gets a particular type of body in accordance with his work, and that this body is decided upon by higher authorities. The higher authorities, as appointed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are Lord Brahma and all other Prajapatis and Manus. Thus, from the beginning of creation, it can be seen that the first creature is the most intelligent. It is not that so-called modern intelligence has developed by the gradual process of evolution. As stated in Brahma Vaivarta Purana, there is a gradual evolutionary process, but it is not the body that is evolving. All the bodily forms are already there. It is the spiritual entity or spiritual spark within the body that is being promoted by the laws of nature under the supervision of superior authority. We can understand from this verse that from the very beginning of creation, different varieties of living entities were existing. It is not that some of them have become extinct. Everything is there. It is due to our lack of knowledge that we cannot see things in their proper perspective. Well, that's a very good point. Prabhupada is saying that the first created being is not like a Dumbo. The first created being is the most intelligent. You know, it's not like evolved like chimpanzee and headless fish and all that.
Interesting, yeah. The science says first created being was like a one-celled amoeba.
Yeah, a Dumbo, and then
That's a nice point. I haven't
yeah,
thought about that.
it's like, you know, the Lord isn't going to create a Dumbo, he's going to create the most intelligent. So, but then we degrade ourselves, and as it says there, all the different bodies, or you could say the different costumes are there, and it's up to you which one you choose, you know. Okay, you come down in this certain way, but then you end up like a pig, literally a pig, or like a little fly or this, or you could take the costume of a demigod. And I say costume because the spirit soul, we're not this body, so we're putting on the costume. That's what I mean by costume. And as Prabhupada says here, all those bodies are there, bodies meaning costume. And it says that we are evolving, we meaning the spirit soul. Nice points.
Okay, rest of the purport. In this verse, the word dwashta tamasaha is very important, for without being free of ignorance, one cannot control the creation of different types of living entities. It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 3:31:1, Daiva Netrena. Bodies are awarded under the supervision of superior powers. How can these superior powers control the evolutionary process of the living entity if they are not free from all imperfection? The followers of the Vedic instructions cannot accept the Darwinian theory of evolution, for it is marred by imperfect knowledge. Interesting. So, what I got from that is basically, it says here, these prayers are in praise of the Supreme Lord, and we became completely free from all ignorance. So by the process of glorification of the Lord, praising the Lord, one becomes free from inebrities, one becomes free from ignorance, basically. So like that, Prabhupada's statement here is that one can't actually be a controller without being free from ignorance. So one has to be basically enlightened to be in charge at those sort of levels. And but again, it leads to your point, which I think is so great. It's not that the first creation in the material world is a Dumbo. Of course, nowadays when we say Dumbo, all I think is down under Manhattan Bridge overpass, because that's what Dumbo. There's an area called Dumbo here in New York. So, yeah, anyway, interesting point. Alright, let's move on. Shut up, Joy.
Should you read another one? Or you can do short verse?
I'm sure it's okay.
Huh?
Don't worry, you can go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, alright. Text 34. A devotee of Lord Krishna whose mind is
74,
always...
right?
I said 74, didn't I?
I don't know, you can check on me.
Oh dear me, 7 and a 4. A devotee of Lord Krishna whose mind is always absorbed in him, who with great attention and reverence chants this stotra prayer, will achieve the greatest perfection of life without delay. Bobo. Perfection means becoming a devotee of Lord Krishna, as stated in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam 1-2-28. Vasudeva para Veda, Vasudeva para Makam. The ultimate goal of life is Vasudeva, or Krishna. Any devotee of Lord Krishna can attain all perfection, material gains and liberation simply by offering prayers to him. There are many varieties of prayers to Lord Krishna, chanted by great sages and great personalities such as Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Lord Krishna is known as Shiva Virinchi Nutam. Bhagavatam 11.5.33. Shiva means Lord Shiva and Virinchi means Lord Brahma. Both of these demigods are engaged in offering prayers to Lord Vasudeva Krishna. If we follow in the footsteps of such great personalities and become devotees of Lord Krishna, our lives will become successful. Unfortunately, people do not know this secret. Na te vidu swata gatim he Vishnu. They do not know that the real interest and the highest perfection of life is to worship Lord Vishnu or Krishna. Bhagavatam 7.5.31. It is impossible to become satisfied by trying to adjust the external energy. Without being a devotee of Lord Krishna, one can only be baffled and confused. To save living entities from such a calamity, Lord Krishna points out in Bhagavad Gita, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnana Bhammam Papadyante Vasudeva Savam Iti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. After many, many births and deaths, a wise man surrenders unto me, knowing very well that I, Vasudeva, am everything. Such a great soul is very rare. We can achieve whatever benediction we want simply by becoming devotees of Vasudeva.
Haribo.
Well, what's that cackle? Anyway. I thought this was a good point, that it is impossible to become satisfied by trying to adjust the external energy. Yeah, it's like if you watch TV, well, definitely when I was growing up back in the day, you had to get up off the sofa and you had to twiddle knobs.
Change the channel.
Well, no, you had to like go like that, you know, and sometimes it would be that fuzzy screen and it was like, oh, it's not working. And I think there was only 2 or 3 channels. Anyway, there's no channel 4, that's for sure. That's how old I am, innit? So it's like, yeah, and then you get all frustrated and everyone's upset because what else are you going to do? And you're trying to adjust it. So in the same way, let's be honest, like, that's what life is. Adjusting that external energy. Like living here, people are trying to adjust the material energy. Oh, I get this type of apartment, I'm going to live in this building block. Oh, I've got, you know, my kitchen or my bedroom faces, you know, if we're trying to adjust it, just demolishing, because this place used to be a college for Catholic monks, so just demolishing that and creating these apartments is adjusting the material energy for the owners, because they get a lot of money, but then for the people that live here who think a certain type of life will therefore they'll experience. But as Prabhupada goes on to say, basically you'll only be baffled and confused if you try to do that unless you surrender to Krishna. I saw a quote today by Radhanath Maharaj where he was saying that as long as we always connect and remember that everything is Krishna, when we won't ever have any peace, you know, as long as we don't connect whatever's happening or whatever's around us. I thought that was quite interesting, because I was thinking of that's how we can adjust the material energy to just tune it back to Krishna, as it were, which is what we try to do on this path of Krishna consciousness, really, using these microphones, this iPad, phone and everything. We're just trying to adjust what we got and connect it.
Beautiful. All right, thank you all very much. We're going to conclude here.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
All right.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Grant to us Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
jai. Bhagavatam Bites ki
Jai.
jai.